make coffee, browse through emails, leave a comment under this video. What else could you accomplish in just 3 minutes? The company can print a sneer in that time. During the process, a perform with the sole is spun by a robotic arm and coated with a flexible material similar to glue or spiderweb. It uses 1.5 kilometers of material. For each pair, a sneaker is done in just 180 seconds. No glue, no stitching, and no laces. This is much kinder to the environment, to less waste and lower CO2 emissions. This technology is called light spray. It's not just cost effective but also highly efficient. Kenyan runner Helen Aubrey won the Boston Marathon wearing prototypes of these sneakers, and you don't need to be an athlete to appreciate them. You just need to pay $330, which is the price for a pair of Cloud Boom Strike LS models. Samsung once produced a video explaining how current chips and other microscopic technology are transforming our environment. Incredibly tiny figures with pieces were shown in the video. Surprisingly, the figures are computer generated and are larger than 0.055 millimeters. 3D was used to create all 8 human-made objects, including a 56-story building. 2-photon lithography is used in the most recent 2GL printing technique, which enables nanoscale resolutions. The figures were created by the Nanoscribe crew, who are up to 60 times faster than the others. Greetings from the 3D design future. Masks have been a common sight in many large production facilities for a while now. They are affordable, easy to replace, and work well as part of an overall safety measure. However, there are several drawbacks. For instance, masks can make it difficult for employees to communicate, especially if they are not speaking their native language. Additionally, masks cover the face, making it hard to recognize who is who, and eating and drinking require removing the mask. Now, the startup Taza has come up with a more innovative solution. It's still in the prototype phase, but it shows a lot of promise. The idea is to create an air curtain that blocks 99.8% of aerosols in front of the employee's face. On top of that, it uses cold plasma to clean the air, destroying 99% of viruses. The key components, including the battery, are housed in a backpack. This makes the device weigh a substantial 4.5 kilograms. Could you see yourself wearing this all day at work? It should come as no surprise that the Owlet team is comprised of innovators and dreamers. Who else could design a pedal-less bike? It is driven by desire and can travel up to 48 km per hour and 96.5 km on a single charge. Indeed, it is strange, but keep in mind what Enzo Ferrari once said. Aerodynamics is for those who are incapable of building engines. An electric motor with a maximum output of 3 kV is anticipated for Owlet 1. According to its creators, riding it is like flying like an owl. Even though the price is still unclear, more than 200 people are already in the queue. I'm not sure how they know that. With more than 1 million limbs saved annually worldwide, the bionic prosthesis business is worth billions of dollars and fuels advancements like the Soft Foot Pro. This artificial foot allows the user to kneel and squat comfortably by simulating the anatomy of a human foot. In order for the foot to store energy and release it when pushing off the ground, the Soft Foot Pro's toes are made to flex. There are no batteries involved because all of these characteristics are entirely mechanical. Charging ports or motors, steel cables and plastic components are plenty. Why complicate matters further? The foot has been successfully tested on the 4-legged robot animal and has already undergone clinical trials. With all of the toggle switches, buttons, and indicators in the cockpit, flying a helicopter might be challenging, but the Skyride team has a solution. Aircraft equipped with the SkyOS control system. All you have to do is swipe the touchscreen to start the engine. The majority of the work is done by this system. SkyOS can operate the helicopter so effectively that the pilot may not even need to touch the control stick to take off if they need to hover over a certain area, and landing are reduced to a single command. And SkyOS is a noteworthy accomplishment as the only system in the world that can execute an auto-rotation landing without the engine running. Blue Origin concluded a nearly 2-year hiatus on May 19. 6 tourists were successfully launched into space as part of the NS-25 program. The group ascended to a height of 100 kilometers, which is the location of the Kármán line, which marks the separation between the atmosphere and space. In that time, the journey lasted only 11 minutes. Visitors achieved a new record and experienced weightlessness while taking in breathtaking visas of the planet Earth. The 90-year-old retired US Air Force Captain Ed Dwight, who is currently the oldest individual in the world to have accomplished such feats, was one of the competitors. Experts predict a 3% increase in container exports this year, while the world's first container fleet may expand by 8%. These figures indicate numerous issues and significant strain on global logistics. For example, 20% of containers transported by sea and 40% of containers transported by land are empty. That's a lot of CO2 emissions and billions of dollars in expenses. Enough is enough. Now is the moment to begin employing fourfold. It is the first 12 meters foldable container to receive full ISO and CSE certification. 4 fourfolds can fit inside a typical container since they are just as sturdy as regular containers and only take up 25% of their space when folded. This can free up a lot of storage space and reduce transportation expenses by roughly 37%. A tabletop toy, a portable fighter, a programmable turtle, an assistant. The KD2 Kung Fu Turtle might look simple but is ready for all sorts of surprises roles. This robot did incredibly well on Kickstarter, raising over $140,000 in one campaign. It cost at least $99 and comes with 99 games. You don't need to be a tech expert to assemble it either with just 12 parts. The KT2 Kung Fu cycle is easy to put together in 20 simple steps. Some of its interesting features include a timer for the Pomodoro method and reminders to exercise. Why not do push-ups with the robot since it weighs 160 grams and is much smaller than an iPhone 15? It fits perfectly in a bag or backpack for your commute to the office. Many bikers are curious about the safest way to practice the bunny hop. In addition to assisting you in overcoming hurdles, this jump prepares you for more sophisticated techniques. You can spend $600 on the garage, but the issue is that the bunny hop requires you to transfer your center of gravity backward until the front tire lifts up. This is difficult to perfect straight away to prevent injury and annoying other people. Bunny, the first bunny hop trainer in the world, allows you to hop up to 56 centimeters and is compatible with bikes with wheels that measure between 20 and 29 inches. The Lotus Ring is a smart ring designed to control a smart home. Its simple design is a testament to the attention to detail and understanding of user needs. Early users have described it as a game changer. Notably, the design didn't go unnoticed at the CES 2024 tech show. So what's the key to its success? The creator Deval Patel didn't come up with a new concept but instead found a simple yet effective solution. The ring responds to gestures and touches, sending a signal through the eye is ported to a unit that can be placed anywhere, such as near the switch. The range of communication is 9 meters, no internet. Bluetooth or smartphone apps are required. A single hour's charge for both the ring and unit will last for 90 days. Introducing Majinga Kuni, a remarkable sprinter and track and field athlete from Switzerland. She knows what she's doing, having won the 200-meter European title twice. Kuni participated in the testing of Air Shield, a unique shield designed to improve exercise. By lowering air resistance, Air Shield is designed to gradually increase your running speed. Even without air shields, the outcomes will be remarkable since the body will adjust to these new possibilities. Kongji also mentioned how much fun this kind of training is. Let us examine two drones. The respondent and the JYX doctors may deliver test samples and other small loads using the Jetty X, which is specifically made for them, significantly more quickly, up to 3 kilograms in weight. The drone has a range of 120 kilometers and can cruise at a speed of 108 kilometers per hour. In order to facilitate medical staff, it is also appropriate for temperatures between 15 degrees Celsius and minus 20 degrees Celsius. For emergency services, the responder drone was developed. This is a common situation. In less than 70 seconds, a store clerk apprehended the police after spotting a group of people brandishing guns. The responder drone was armed with a thermal imager and a zoom camera when it arrived on the scene. The problem is clearly visible to the operator. Based on this information, they may determine whether to send a police or car. In this instance, the police department didn't send officers in vain because the weapon was actually a lighter. The producers claim that this method removes roughly 25% of needless calls in cases of serious threat. The responder's integrated microphone and loudspeaker are useful to the operator. The world's fastest underwater micro scooter is the Sub-Blue Vapor. You can swim 10 kilometers per hour and reach depths of up to 40 meters with it. Additionally, you can enjoy yourself for an hour on a single charge. In relation to charging, the battery takes the same length of time as other parts to get from Kn to 85%. The battery is highly sophisticated and has multiple protection mechanisms, including overcharge and short circuit protection. You may keep an eye on the water's temperature, depth, and remaining charge speed with the aid of an immersive screen. The parameters are customizable and the software has the ability to store information about your underwater experiences. The price of the Sub-Blue Vapor is $2,800. The designers of jet capsule think they have surpassed their rivals and produced a significant advancement in water transportation. They have ample cause to do so. Assume that this 7.85 meter long jet capsule can accommodate up to 13 passengers and travel at a speed of roughly 65 kilometers per hour. When the tank is full, it has a 230-liter capacity and can go 204 kilometers with a single gasoline engine. You can install a second engine if you would like. The jet capsule will cost more than $250,000, but you can also alter the design to create a luxury boat, a water taxi, or a place to unwind on the water. Meet Neo. Don't get too excited, metric aficionados. The chosen one is not the subject of our discussion. Alter G simply dubbed his newest treadmill Neo. Because it's an anti-gravity treadmill, you can work out while carrying 80% less weight. This feature is quite helpful. The inclination increases to 15% and the speed to 16 km per hour for those undergoing rehabilitation. In addition, it provides gait analysis, video monitoring, and even pain level recording. These qualities will be appreciated by your physician. You can now see why more than 500 international sports teams are among Alter G's clients, and more than 1 million customers have tried the company's exercise gear in total. Watch out, massage therapist. Robots that can steal your clients are becoming more and more impressive. After 7 years of development, the Escape has finally been introduced. This robot features synchronized arms and offers the benefits of a full hour-long massage in just 30 minutes. A session costs $60. All its settings, from the music to the pressure force, can be adjusted from your smartphone. Additionally, the robot uses AI sensors to learn the client's physique and adjust to their mood. But one of the best things about Escape is that it could be installed in a space as small as 3 into 2.4 meters, and it runs on standard 120 volt 4 to 5 amp. Outlets looks like we all have another reason to visit the local mall regularly, won't we? People who live close to this dirty river prefer bottled water because, although our sink water is safe to drink, prolonged use over a few years can cause cancer, since they lack a mechanism to remove the arsenic. Fortunately, magnetite can help with this issue. It attracts and holds onto arsenic particles by acting as an absorbent. Filtration of the resultant water is not necessary. Simply submerge a magnet in the water to collect the magnetite that contains a hazardous sentimental. It's possible that these futuristic water purification plants will eventually be seen in various locations across the world. Without utilizing a lathe or a milling machine, let's take a moment to appreciate the work of a talented do-it-yourself enthusiast. Although Assassin's Creed similarities are unavoidable, the developer of the small arrow launcher claims that the game series did not serve as inspiration. He admits that it has contributed to the popularity of such gadgets, but for those who like to copy it, the launcher uses a traditional 12G CO2 cartridge for shooting. Free CAD files have been contributed by the creator. A shoe-sized smartphone? There isn't anything more amazing. It would undoubtedly be a smash at events like CES and rank among Time magazine's top innovations. T-Mobile therefore created a sneaker that is ideal for making calls during meetings by drawing inspiration from its Sidekick smartphone. Both sections are ideal for a selfie camera. The T-Mobile CEO provided the voice of the smart assistant. Unfortunately, the vibrantly colored sneakers from the video are genuinely on sale for $65 a pair. This is an April Fool's scam. Customers are free to decide whether or not to integrate a smartphone inside them.